I'm back, haters. What's up, YouTube?
And welcome to L2P TV.
L2P TV, back again, round two.
Round two.
So, what are we talking about today? 'Cause we didn't figure that out.
Today, this is take two, by the way, for everybody.
Yeah, because we didn't have a plan.
Yeah, this card
take one.
went out the window. Much manlier throw this time.
Yeah, that was much better.
Yes.
Maybe we'll edit in the girly throw into the video.
Moments earlier.
Yeah, solid.
Moment of silence.
Okay, well, since you can't figure out a topic, I'm going to rant on something. I was just going to preview this today and then do like a 15-minute follow-up on it, maybe later in the week if I had some time. But I guess since you don't have a plan, I'll give the
I do enjoy
crap shot.
I do enjoy the
minimal research shooting from the dome.
Our Innistrad plan was starting to get there.
All right, so we're going to do the Innistrad thing?
Yeah, you can do your little crack shot preview.
All right, little crack shot preview. I'll do it later in the week. Maybe in a couple weeks. I have finals right now, and it's kind of crazy. But when I get to it, I'll definitely make it happen. It'll be awesome.
Haters be learners.
Yeah,
He's a teacher.
Yeah, this is a haters be learners kind of episode. Epic Mealtime. Check it out. Where I hear a lot of people, even now, where there's so much about the format floating out there, talk about Vintage being very luck-based, inaccessible to newer players.
And definitely friendly to cigarette swapping.
And friendly to cigarette? Is that give me a cigarette?
Yes.
Don't interrupt my flow for a cigarette. You're a crackhead.
You're the one You're the one going on a rant.
Anyway.
So I'm just going to say it right now.
Despite the accessibility for practically anybody to the format through Star City Games, Channel Fireball, Managering.com, even the Mothership covers, Vintage Champs, things like that.
Yeah.
There's still this view that it's a luck-based, skill-less format that's inaccessible to new players. And using a very small sample size, because that's all that I need. I can broaden it if you'd like. But using just the Vintage Champs top 8 from this year, I will happily tell you why that is false. So that's coming up in the next week or two.
It's good. He started ranting to me when he was in his car earlier, and it's good.
Right, it's entertaining for Vintage players and non-Vintage players alike. I think it's kind of applicable to all formats once it breaks down as far as, cream rising to the top. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's a certain point where a format's very uncharted, and there's still a lot of musings around it. But there's also...
It's the oldest format in the game.
No, I'm saying there's a certain point with... in response to your statement about other formats. There are certain points where other formats are uncharted territory, and then they become known, and then they become too well known. And once you reach that too well known stage,
inbreeding happens,
and it starts to be like mirror matches all day long.
Yeah, before it breaks.
And that's once the format breaks, then it starts to become a luck based thing. But with Vintage, I think the card pool is so large that
it's so large. At the same time, it's so constricted.
Yeah, but your evidence that you will bring up to either support or deny your claim.
Yeah, it's really solid.
It will.
It's really, really solid.
It'll show that Vintage is not broken.
Right.
At that point.
I mean, it's broken. No, it's a broken format, but it's not broken.
When everybody's broken,
a roll of dice, you won the roll. You're gonna win.
When everybody's broken, you're kind of on even footing again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, some people play Meta Drain, some people play Bazaar Baghdad, some people play Vintage Workshop. They're all busted.
Speaking of uncharted formats.
Is it Modern, right?
Modern.
Speaking of allegedly broken
The Stormy Seas of Modern.
Dude, I'm so happy.
That sounds like an episode title.
The Stormy Seas of Modern. Let's make it this episode title. Done.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I love it. I think that Steam Vents combo being everywhere.
See,
I love it.
You look at the top 8, the top 16, top 32 at Pro Tour Philly.
Yeah.
There's a shit ton, veritable shit ton, of blue-red based combo decks. Everything from Storm, Pyromancer Swath, Pyromancer Ascension, Splinter Twin, all these red-blue variants on the thing. But there's no... See, you have to have big tournaments like that to know what the meta is.
Figure out what's going on. Yeah.
So once you develop a meta like that, I get the feeling once you start to see more GPs and homebrew events at like local shops and stuff, where it starts to become a normal, regular thing, that you're going to start to see control decks come out of that.
Okay, I thought you were going somewhere else.
No.
But yeah, once control knows what's going on, it can exist.
Everybody knows Zoo was a thing walking into it. Everybody knows Affinity was a thing walking into it.
Everybody knew about 12 Post. Everybody knew that Steam Vents was going to be awesome.
Yeah, like, everybody knew that all this stuff was going on.
Right.
But you don't have exact numbers to be able to base your predictions off.
Well, control was less than 2%. Excuse me, I'm a little under the weather today. But control was less than 2% of the total field. Which
is fine for a new format.
Is abysmal.
No, I mean for a new format, it's fine because nobody knows what to play.
I
like,
guess,
what angles do you tackle?
That's the thing. There were too many angles to tackle.
But now you have 2 angles to tackle.
Like okay, I was listening to a Patrick Chapin podcast, and he was working on an Esper control deck, right?
Speaking of which, sorry to interrupt you for a moment. The true sign of a Magic professional. We were at Pro Tour Philly because it's the last open Pro Tour.
And we're in Philly, so
yes.
Why not? You know?
Why not? Yeah. And I saw, when I was going up to do my pairings for the Two-Headed Giant, I saw Patrick Chapin, apparently scrubbed out of the tournament for top 8.
Yeah.
Sitting at one of the public tables, just making proxies. That's all he was doing, was just proxying up decks.
That's fucking pro.
And I'm
ready
like,
to battle.
Yeah, you are getting ready to go for whatever it is you're doing.
Right,
next.
We're trading, we're EDHing, we're drafting. He's just on the grind.
No,
just
I'm grinding out next week. Yeah.
Why not?
So that is the mark of a true professional, in my opinion.
The man loves value.
No, that willingness to literally devote yourself that much that you're not even going to socialize when you lose an event.
Yeah, that's rough. I don't have time for that. Like, at the event, I know too many Magic players to scrub out of a tournament and not spend the rest of the day dirtling around.
I'm pretty sure Chapin knows way too many Magic players,
right?
Too, but
like, that's restraint to almost an extreme level.
But that's where you know the man's money is tied up in it too. Like,
right. Before we take this too far, because I can literally talk about Patrick Chapin until I'm blue in the face and the shirt.
Shirt's already blue in the face. The shirt comes in.
This is fucking bad. Speaking of the shirt, Top Deck Games. If you're in the Philadelphia tri-state area, check it out.
Thanks for saying tri-state instead of rattling off 6 state names.
It's much quicker.
Take 1. Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, New York.
Philadelphia's not a state.
I know. I'm exaggerating on.
Anyway, he was working on this really sweet Esper control bro.
What was I talking about?
And he ditched it because he couldn't win game 1 against 12 Post. But he had a decent matchup across the field.
Except for 12 Post.
Except for 12 Post. So he came to the reasoning during this interview where he just said, I should have just lost game 1 to 12 Post.
Win game 2.
Right, win games 2 and 3 with bribery, etc. Which I think is a solid point.
Oh, bribery is an 8th edition.
Yes, bribery is an 8th edition.
Oh, man.
I've bribered in Emrakul, and it feels really, really awesome. Like, think about how good you think that's going to feel. It feels better than that. It's awesome.
It's not. It's
like
it doesn't
through
have
the
protection
breaching of Revel Art. It feels awesome.
Are you going to build, like,
that's
America Revel Art?
That's what I'm going to play.
Oh, man.
It's Revel Art.
Through the breach. Another Steam Vents deck.
Yeah, sort of. I mean...
Mono Blue Infect.
Mono Blue Infect. I love that deck.
It's also a red-blue deck.
I absolutely love that deck. I would try it for Legacy.
Mono Blue Infect is not really Mono Blue.
No, not at all.
But it never intends on casting its red spells, so I'm fine with that.
It could cast, like...
Honestly, I honestly think that deck should have, like, a single Steam Vents or something. And just be like Dragonstorm into fucking...
Hellkite Karthus?
No, just like Dragonstorm into like fucking what's his name? Skittles.
And Skithrix? That'd be kind of funny.
Like, oh, I'm not mono blue.
Nah, I think that's terrible. Just flat out terrible. I want to try that deck in Legacy though, where instead of disrupting Shoal, you're playing Force of Will. Instead of Ponder, You're playing
Brainstorm?
Brainstorm.
Yeah, that seems really good.
You still have Pact of Negation. Like,
As your fifth force.
it just seems like super
I think
ridiculous. Also,
I think Force of Will is probably way better than
Disrupting Shoal.
Disrupting Shoal.
I would say by just a little bit. There's a fan poll. How much better is Force of Will than Disrupting Shoal?
Vote in the box below.
In the box below. Don't forget to like and request and tag
like
and friend
favorite and awesome.
Yeah, do all those
Part
things.
YMCA. What?
You're gonna be dressed up like an Indian next time, guaranteed.
You're getting me the headdress.
Just doing the YMCA. I'm just gonna put a dress on your head and call it that.
No, I need feathers, not dots.
Feathers, not dots. I think we just offended.
Nobody knows our inside jokes.
Some of our Indian viewers, exactly. Which is
Indians.
why. Fuck. The ones from the country of India.
They're Indians, not Native Americans.
Right, not Native Americans. Native
Yes.
Americans are not Indians. That was the ignorance of Christopher Columbus.
He thought they were Indians.
Equality, people. All right, socially friendly rant over.
So lose game one.
Lose game one, and just sideboard excellently, and own them games 2 and 3. Instead, he just played Splinter Twin and scrubbed out the tournament.
And then started making proxies.
I'm willing to bet some of those proxies had the word bribery on them.
I'm willing to bet those proxies with a fucking Esper control deck.
Fear and Loathing in Philadelphia. Like, he just
he
messed it up. It happens,
Speaking of which, there's an awesome YouTube video. Those guys, now we'll provide links to the video, but do you know those guys are actually from South Philly?
Yeah.
Like at the end of the video,
he goes, we'll be playing Magic at the tabletop in South Philly.
I want to go down to South Philly and find those guys.
Yeah, it was a game.
That'd be so badass.
They had lightning greaves.
And a signed Gabriel Nassif token thingy.
I wonder if they want to trade that for all those bitter blossoms that aren't legal in Modern.
Ugh! I had so many ideas for Modern.
Yeah.
It wasn't even funny.
And then
like
they had Stoneforge Mystic and Bitter Blossom was your whole deck.
No. It wasn't even that. It was like back when Extended was 7 years. We went to a tournament. It was the.
Well, we had the sweetest brew. I should have played that deck.
You should have.
I did the classic chicken out and play too.
And you scrubbed. And I think you would have had a much better chance had you played my brew.
Yeah, because
I was doing decently.
I had, the surprise value,
I was doing decently.
My only losses that whole tournament were to Green Black Loam, which our deck was actually awesome against, and Zoo could never beat.
I know, it was
ever like Ravenous Baylop and Life from the Loam.
So our extended deck was basically just black-white, disrupt your hand, make Bitter Blossom, equip
play
Bitter
some
Blossom.
Dark Confidant for a Sword of Fire and Ice, and Umazawa's Jitte on Dark Confidant, Bitter Blossom token, Arayo's guy or whatever.
No, Descendant of Kiyomaro.
Descendant of Kiyomaro.
That guy was awesome.
He was techie. He was
what was that? Like if you had more life, he had lifelink.
Yeah, and if you had more life, he got +2/+2, and he was a 2/3 for 3. So
no, he got +1/+2. He became a 3/5.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You get a 3/5 lifelink.
Like, how do you lose to?
Oh no, when he swings, you gain 3 life.
Sure.
When he hits something, you gain 3.
How do you lose to Zoo with the Umazawa's Jitte?
They gotta have domain.
Exile.
They gotta have full domain. Like
that deck was insane.
You've got to Tribal Flames full domain. Like that's how you. That's how
you have to stick to Bitter Blossom first, and they have to just Tribal Flames you, Lightning Helix you, and Bolt you. They just have to be the burn deck.
Yeah, which I think they could do, but it was a rough match.
I should have played that deck.
It was so good.
That deck seems insane.
And now it's no more.
Yeah, now it's not possible.
So the entire deck's legal in Modern.
Imagine that deck with Stoneforge Mystic though.
I'm fine without the deck without Stoneforge.
Just imagine it.
Well, okay? I was only running one Jitte anyway.
Right. Now you can run half a Jitte.
I am fine keeping Stoneforge out of the format to keep Batterskull out of the format.
Batterskull. Okay.
I honestly think Stoneforge
but I think it's awesome.
I think Stoneforge was the right call there.
Probably.
Bitter Blossom, I understand.
I just want our deck to be awesome. That's it.
Like, was there nothing else you could ban besides Bitter Blossom? Ban Mistbind Click. That breaks the fairy deck in half.
Not really. The decks from last season, from the last 7 years, 7 season didn't even play Mistbind Click.
What was it, just like Bitter Blossom?
Times, Bitter Blossoms, Spellstunner Sprite, Riptide Lab, Venser, Glenalandra Archmage. You were like practically mono blue control.
Yeah, but
With
Riptide
Dark
Lab
Confidant
isn't in the
and-
format.
That's true. I don't know. Like, people don't like Bitter Blossom. I think that a lot of that ban list, if you look at it, is things that people don't like
No,
are going to get banned.
Literally,
You
that
know?
ban list was all the boogeymen that ever existed in Modern.
Right.
Acts.
And Ancestral Visions is just a stupid thing to ban.
I think they meant... I ran into somebody who legitimately thought that there was like a drop-down box and Ancestral Visions was like right below Aether Vial. And they just misclicked.
Yeah, that's very, very possible. No, I think Aether Vial is completely fine in the format. I really do. There's too much Steam vents.
There's too much Steam vents. I do agree, though, that spell... what is it?
This derf brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Finger licking good. Go ahead.
I can't. No, I focused.
Brought to you by that crazy sandwich they have that's really just 2 pieces of chicken with shit in the middle.
Big.
Double down. The double down. Brought to you by the double down.
I do agree, though, that Mental Misstep was a good call.
I think it's decent in the format. I don't even think it's that great.
Because, I mean, like, all your Steam Vents decks, like...
Right, so...
It counters Rite of Flame, Wild Cattle, Ponder.
You know what doesn't counter?
Purity. Blazing Shoal for 10.
Revelar.
It doesn't counter Blazing
Doesn't
Shoal.
counter Revelar. It doesn't.
You know, the weird thing about that Mono Blue Infect
is that they said they wanted turn 4 kills, and it's killing on turn 2.
That's true.
That's the
Do you
problem.
think we're going to see a Blazing Shoal ban?
Oh my god, if Blazing Shoal got banned...
Oh, man!
That would make me pretty happy. Like, just to see Blazing Shoal
Wizards,
is banned in Modern.
If you want to ban Blazing Shoal, please let me find mine first so I can get rid of it.
Yeah, sell it. I think
I've
Barker,
got one.
Barker might want. Let him know.
Yeah. Way too late. It's barking. Come on, like the network he commands.
No, they're not. He doesn't have them yet.
Oh, nice.
He was just kind of casually looking for him. If you can give him a number, I'm sure he'd buy him.
Blazing
Anyway, business for another time.
Oh, Blazing Shoal.
So what else is going on in that format? There's the Counter Cat deck.
Counter Cats.
Which doesn't impress me. I mean, it's a really good build. Like, props to the Channel Fireball team. They came up with something really awesome for that tournament.
How many cats does it actually run?
Like 8. It's like Juan the Coddle and Solid Prime Mage.
Needs more cats.
Alright, we're going to play some Reese's Twin Claw, some Scythe Tiger.
No, fuck those. No, we're doing like straight up like my Naya deck.
No, we're not doing that. Some Step Links.
Lone Lion.
Lone Lions. Yeah, you can build mono cats. Meow. But that's on the internet forever. Me going, meow. You got it. Sorry, Mom. But like, I like the deck. I respect the deck, but I'm just not impressed with. I kill you on turn 4 with creatures, and I also play Flash Freeze. my
thought on the deck needs more cats.
Do you realize we're a Steam Vents right now?
After
After all this Steam Vents conversation, we are a Steam Vents combo deck. You know, but
oh.
All right, that's like all that I have on Modern. I think like combo decks were awesome. I don't think anybody's surprised. 12 posts didn't do so good, but knowing the metagame, I don't think anybody's too surprised because Steam Vents. Maybe they just banned Steam Vents.
It's like
probably not, but
no, we'll have 9 out of 10. Oh, my last point on Modern, Star City, if you're listening, stop that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Steam Vents, stop that.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and go, Pro Tour format, now Modern. Oh, guess what? Mana base from $8 to $40.
Well,
pop.
Well, that's kind of what everybody did. See, okay, Star City.
You can't not like if you're a smaller guard shop, you can't not just be like, we're just gonna leave them at 8.
Yeah, you can't do it. It's impossible.
You're not gonna make any money.
You know, it is kind of worrisome, and you said this to me, so this is kind of his quote, that it's scary when your biggest tournament organizer outside of Wizards of the Coast is also your biggest purveyor, and that's with anything.
And shop.
Yeah, that's right. Like if McDonald's
hosted an eating
Yeah,
contest.
if McDonald's is
Like-
the one that controls the foods of the world, and they're also the place that you go to. Like, if Acme, Giant, and whatever local, I don't know where you are, but imagine if your local grocery store was all bought up and it's all controlled by one company, and they are also the only places where you can go to apply to get food. So you have to get the food there, and the only places that you can cook, for example, right?
Yeah.
Instead of playing Magic,
Like
the only
that-
places
like
you can
that-
cook and the only places you can buy food
Are the same.
are the same place. Butane gets really inexpensive. You have to cook it somewhere. $40 stove rentals? I don't think so, but if that's the situation, $40 steam vents.
Yeah, like I don't know.
It's the same thing.
I mean, I heard a nice counter argument from one of the judges.
Was it Ricky Hayashi?
No,
I don't
it
care
was
then.
no, it's a guy that doesn't f around.
Oh, okay, cool.
What's his name?
Nick
Nick?
DePesqua,
Yes,
or Judge Nick.
or Judge Nick don't fuck around.
Yeah, Judge Nick don't fuck around. Are we cussing on YouTube now?
We've been cussing.
Fuck!
Tourette's brought to you by Steam Vents.
Fuck!
It's like coming out his ears.
I know.
Um.
Right, so he said.
So, Judge Nick don't fuck around.
Judge Nick don't fuck around.
And I quote, "How else are you gonna get the prize pools?
What do you mean, like really large prize
Well,
payouts?
like, how are you going to attract people if you can't pull in the money?"
I think they're going excessive with profit, though. What worries me? Here's what worries me. Legacy started getting big. They bought every dual land in sight. When I was in Rhode Island, they literally
Were they
went
even
out.
buying out other shops?
Literally, when I was in Rhode Island, they were going up to other tables. Ben Blauweiss personally, and Ben, if you watch this, it's nothing personal against you. Just, I saw, you're in
It's
your
you
team
doing
it.
business.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you're doing business. But go ahead.
But, they were going up to the tables and saying, how much for all your duels? And the tables were kind of like reluctant, but they pull out a wad.
And you really can't
You
say
can't
no to
really say no.
being handed like,
10 grand.
yeah. Like,
So-
depending on the stock, like anywhere between like $2 to $10,000. Like,
So they bought out every duel in the place.
And then
Underground seats
upscale
were
it?
$90, and then at the end of that weekend, underground seats were $110
because Star City was the only
because
place
they
to
owned
get
them all. They just had them all.
Yeah.
In any other industry, that's monopolization. The government would shut you down.
Yeah.
I'm worried now. The same thing is going to happen with modern.
That's
Where
like
they're gonna go
McDonald's
around,
buying out all the bread. Like walking up to a supermarket and being like, "How much for your
Yeah.
bread?"
I'll take all your bread.
I'll take all your bread. Burgers are now $20.
Right, exactly.
Like, how much for your ground beef, good sir?
All of it. Give me all of it, But I'm worried that they're going to start going around.
I'm gonna buy your shipment trucks for the next 3 weeks.
If they're going to start going around, this interruption brought to you by Mentos Gum. Mentos Gum.
No, it's fake.
Right, done. So, if they're going to start going around doing the same thing with Shocklands. And then your $40 Shocklands are now $60 Shocklands. Once they announce that the tournament series is going to be modern on day 2.
Actually, I don't think they're gonna do that quite yet. They're not announcing it yet. I know they're
They're going to alternate. I don't
They're
think they're going to.
thinking
They
it.
can't kill Legacy. They have the power to kill Legacy. Not kill Legacy, but seriously diminish Legacy playables, Legacy play, etc. But
No, they definitely
see
have
it
the
happen.
they have the power.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're going to announce modern yet. They're going to let the format simmer a little bit.
Yeah.
See how much
They're gonna
people
let it
keep interest.
I think they're going to let it simmer down and let the hype settle, and then announce it. Hype goes up, boom, go the dynamite.
See, here's the
Prices
thing.
shoot,
Here's the
and they
thing.
own everything.
Do you sit there and go, let the hype die down, buy everybody else's Ravlands once they're back down to like 15, 20,
Mm-hmm.
and then be like, modern!
Profit, yeah.
Yeah, like modern profit.
Step 1, buy Shockland. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit. Like, simple formula.
Shocklands are $1 trillion now.
Yeah, like why? Okay, and I read this in an article. I don't recall who by. It was someone on Star City. Or maybe it was Chess Andres. on Channel Fireball. I don't know. It was one of the financial writers on one of the big sites. And he goes, is it possible that Hollowed Fountain could be $90? Sure, it's possible. But at that point, wouldn't you rather just play Tundra?
Yeah, like at that point where, but I never want to see it get to that point. We're sitting there going, I'd rather play Legacy because the old duels are
Right,
cheaper.
this is too expensive, right?
Yeah. I'm going to play the old format because the new format's way too expensive.
Yeah.
But you also got to remember that it's kind of a give and take. Star City can demand as much power as they want. But if we have the...
Is this going to be give me your old duels and then take it in the ass?
No.
That's what I just described. You already went over that.
No. But if we as the player base...
Right.
Like, because the people have the real power when it comes to this.
Okay.
Your wallets are speaking.
But people want to play Magic.
Yes.
We're all in front
But
of our
what
computer
kind of
screens now
Magic?
because we love to play Magic.
What kind of Magic do you want to play? That's the thing. Like, we want to play fun Magic. We don't want to play pricing game Magic. We'll leave
It's
that.
getting really expensive.
We'll leave that to the people that wanted to go do that.
Yeah.
But it comes down to an issue of just how much rape are we willing to take?
I think I've had enough rape. Like, I don't buy cards anymore. For the most part, unless it's from Nick Koss, owner and proprietor of Top 8 Games.
Where's my shirt, Nick?
Because, like, I'm not going to say he, like... It's not even, like, a personal thing where he's like, oh, I'm going to take care of you. But...
When he goes to rape you, at least he uses his own...
Right, he rapes you with a smile, But
I
like
love how your eyes were closed, like, imagining it. Like.
Yeah. I got a fun aside about Nick Koss, but
at least when
he keeps it a little bit fairer. Like, his prices are about the same.
What I like
but he
in
really
this
takes
too,
trade-ins into account and things like that. You know what I mean?
What I
He's
like in this too is he's willing to smile at you and use his own dick rather than just using a dildo. Like, yeah, get there.
Yeah.
Like, he's being personable about it. Like,
yeah, Star City won't get their own dick. That's fair. Funny Nick Koss story. All right. So I went up to his table the one day. You know the story.
Yeah,
and he has
the mental games.
I walk up with my ex-girlfriend, and the three of us are talking, and then I had to run and grab my registration seat, and I come back, and the two of them are laughing. And I just see it from across the hall.
And I think this is the point where I walk up. I walk up sometime around this.
I don't really recall. But
I was there. I saw it.
But I knew I was there. But I knew it wasn't going to be a good
seen
thing.
it!
Because I know the two of them, and I know I'm about to get messed with. So, like, all right, let's go take the lick. So I walk over, and he's got 6 cards face down in front of him. They're all foil. You can tell they're all foil because it's got the little bend to it. And he's playing with them, shuffling them around.
Oh, man.
And he goes, give me a number for these 6 cards. And I went, $1. Went higher. I went, $6. He goes, triple that for one of them.
So you're at 18 right
So I'm
now.
at 18. And I'm like, I don't know, man. 15. It's 18. 15. 18. 16. Sold. He goes, now pick one. And at this point, I'm just like, oh!
They could be anything from, like, judge promos
Right. This could
to
be
basic lands.
anything.
Like,
Exactly. So I'm, like, deliberating super hard.
foil unglued island?
And I'm looking at my ex, and I'm like, come on, help me out. And he just sees me. He's like, no, she's not allowed to say anything. Part of the game.
Oh, man. That's why you got cheapness.
So I'm like, oh, Jesus, what am I going to do here? So I'm like, I'm sitting and I'm staring at the cards, like, imagining the infinite possibilities. I pick one, I windmill slam it over, and it's a foil Umezawa's Jite.
Isn't that the judge foil one?
The
Grand Prix.
the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Grand Prix front. And I was like, dude, this is awesome. I needed one of these, and I was never going to pony up and just buy it. You know what I mean? He's like, a regular one. He's like, yeah, I knew you needed one, so I threw it in there. And I was like, well, what are the rest of them? He flips it. 5 more GTs.
5 Umezawa's
just sold me an Umezawa's GT that I would not have otherwise bought. Like,
at a discount
at a
because he was
discount
allowed to mind
with
fuck
the
you.
funniest, like just the funniest mind fuck. It takes a lot to mind fuck me. All right,
You're
and
pretty on point.
He got me so good.
Oh, it was a
So
brilliant
good.
moment
I
of
was just
magical
done.
cards.
So I slipped it in the deck and walked away. You know what I mean? I was set for the day. That was my tournament win already. I scrubbed out of that tournament. Had a great time. What you gonna do?
So anyway, back to financials.
Mm-hmm.
So I honestly do believe that at some point, Modern is going to spiral out of control. But this is why.
People have been saying that about Legacy for years.
But Legacy's getting there. You know me. I love Magic. That time I played Vintage.
Yeah.
At the Herd Memorial Tournament. Speaking of which, you should make that an annual Memorial Tournament.
They should, but they won't. Because the whole like gimmick of that tournament was they were giving his power away as prize. So.
Yeah, but we should there should be something. Like give it to Cancer Society or something. Like you know what I mean? Just like a memorial charity tournament.
I'll talk to Nick. That's actually a really good idea. I thought about that a few times myself.
But like when I was playing that tournament, I had a blast.
Yeah.
Not only because I was playing a funny deck, but
yeah, sweet format.
But because I love the ability to just be able to have this randomly thrown together deck. That's like everything from every corner. Like every card I collected from when I was 10 till now, it all works.
You see? Future rant warning. Vintage is awesome.
Like, it was just that ability that, like, nothing I had was useless. I mean, yeah, there were useless cards, but...
You're playing Sylvan Safekeeper. That's pretty useless.
No, but there were... No card out of my collection was off limits.
Right.
And if I didn't have it, I just draw it. And pay a little extra money.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine.
I should draw it.
But I get that same feeling from Modern, where it's just like, nothing is off limits. The sky is the limit on this
and
format.
It's so open. Like, you can say the same about Legacy, but Legacy's so defined. Like, Modern right now, even after the Pro Tour, is still kind of a brewer's paradise. Because there's still no awesome control deck.
What was it, like, top 32? There was no more than, like, 3 of any single Steam Vents deck?
Something like that, yeah.
But I love the fact that Wizards has the ability, with this format, to keep it in check.
Absolutely. I mean, I'd like to see...
They can reprint Rav Duels.
Yeah.
Even if it's in a box set.
I would also like to see...
Can we get, like, From the Vault Rav Duels?
From the Vault Shocks. They should actually have Shock in it, too. The one with the tog on it. Or not tog, second tog.
Yeah, the one from Onslaught. Yeah. From the Vault Shocks.
I think I'd like to see see the Modern format BNR update always change the format. Even if it's healthy.
Kind of like what they did with Legacy.
Shake it up. No, Legacy, they don't touch it.
Sometimes they just...
really unhealthy.
Sometimes they're like, unban that, see what happens.
Oh, yeah, with the unbanning, absolutely. Yeah. I'm a big...
Well, because Legacy...
Big believer in unbanning.
They did what they did with Modern was exactly what they did with Legacy before.
Yeah, they banned too much and they take them up.
Yeah. Still think, what was it, Time Vault?
But, like, okay.
Time Spiral might have been a mistake to unban that card. I'm not sure.
Well, it was, and now it's fine. Metal Misstep.
Yeah.
They made Metal Misstep. Goblins is back, which is cool.
It's a deck. But, where are you, Dirty Kitty?
I'd like to see, like, 1 year, Modern, for 3 months, because they're quarterly updates, right? So for 3 months, ban Wild Mikado. See what happens.
Actually, I would love to see, for 3 months, unban Metal Misstep.
Yeah.
Don't even ban Wild Mikado.
Well, you're practically, restricting Wild Mikado at that point.
But no, the Zoo decks can
run it. That's something.
You can pull Legacy, where all the Zoo decks are running it too.
Yeah. It's like ban Wild Mikado for like 3 months, and then pull off Wild Mikado, and unban Jace the Mind Sculptor, and then reban Jace. Just play around. Let's have some fun, you know?
The funniest thing about this Modern format is that you can legitimately, for the first time, hear the words coming out of Watsy's mouth where they're banning commons. Like, Pestermite, banned. Seething Song, banned. Like, I can hear these words coming out of their mouth.
Disciple of the Vault? Seed of the Synod?
They're already banned.
Commons?
Artifact lands are already banned.
Mirrodin?
Artifact Blades are already
But it's happened before.
It's happened before, but it doesn't happen
Commons have
often
been banned
enough.
in mass. Yeah.
It doesn't happen often enough.
Okay.
Squadron Hawk,
Not necessary.
No, honestly, I think instead of Stoneforge, they should have banned Squadron Hawk.
That deck doesn't even bother me. Like maybe because I don't play the format.
You don't play Standard. I played
like,
Standard enough to know that Callblade was a bitch.
Yeah.
And then to have Callblade be banned out of the format and then rise from the ashes.
The problem with Callblade comes back to our price point issue, where if Callblade was an easily accessible deck, it wouldn't matter that it was the best deck, because the mirror match was super skill intensive.
Yeah, but it was super unfun too.
I don't know. I like casting counter spells. It looks like right up my alley.
I don't know. For me, you know me, I'm more of a B phase.
It's almost Revelark. Suntek needs your Revelark.
It's true.
Yeah. Sweet.
Nothing is quite as funny as seeing like the new deck though. Hands where you go like, oh well, we don't have Revelar.
It's 35 minutes.
I have a limited time frame now.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
So we don't have to edit?
We can edit down to like a little bit, but
yeah,
it's like podcasting
we
now.
We can keep going all night. Let's do it. Let's make a 7-hour Magic the Gathering video.
We are a video podcast now. We're a vodcast.
Tuck in. Put your 90s on. Get in your Betty Bye. On the laptop. We're going in for the long haul. What you know about long hauls?
So, like I was saying, I'm more of a beatdown kind of guy. And you'll notice, like, some of my decks, they're kind of like counter, like
aggro control.
Yeah, like I do very much a mid-range control, where I love to hate you out with hate bears, or counter.
Player.
I am such a fish player. That's why I want to play Eternal formats. Give me hate bears.
See, but like at the same time,
hate bears is a deck in Modern too.
Yeah. If I was playing Standard at the time the Callblade was around, I think I would have absolutely loved it. Like, it's Revelark. You draw some cards, whether that
I'll be honest with you.
You know, you put some creatures into play, you counter a bunch of spells, and then you just swing for 10, and they die.
I'll be honest with you. I had a lot of fun when we did Edison. Joyce and I, we did.
Okay.
When Joyce and I did the Standard Open.
I was only down there for legs.
Yeah. When Joyce and I did the Standard Open for Edison, I had a blast.
What were we playing?
Cordova. So I had a blast.
On turn 3.
I had a blast playing Cordova. I didn't have a blast playing Standard.
Right, that deck looks super fun too. Like you're almost playing an Into the Warrens deck.
It was a lot of fun, but the thing was, if you didn't win, and you went to turns 5,
you lost.
You were like, oh my god, how do I win this? And then New Phyrexia came out, and Shrine of Burning Rage is the thing.
Yeah, that card's really, really sweet.
I'm still playing red. I want Chandra's Phoenix. They're so good.
I want money to play Standard so I can play Blue-Black Control. That deck
you almost got it, don't you?
I have Solemns.
You have post-rotation.
Lands.
Yeah, you got it post-rotation, actually, mostly.
Probably. Like, we have Consecrated Sphinx, right? I don't know. If anybody's got a cool Blue-Black Control list for post-rotation with what's been spoiled so far, ship it.
Ship it to us. In the comments below.
In the comments below.
And speaking of that, if you have any comments, questions, suggestions that you don't feel like getting ridiculed on YouTube for, email L2PTV@yahoo.com. Twitter, L2P TV.
We have a Twitter now?
We've had a Twitter.
Dude,
I've been using it.
I don't twat or tweet. I don't know how to use the Twitters. I will not be answering any tweets.
Let me do the twitting.
You can be the twitting twat.
Yes, I'll be the twitting twat. It'll just be like Charlie twitting twat.
What about non-Magic episodes? Do you guys want to see non-Magic episodes?
My WoW video got so many hits it wasn't even.
He does WoW. I don't know. What can we non?
You do cooking.
Yeah, I mean.
Cooking with Scorpion.
Yeah, we could
Chopping.
we could cook some stuff. I could teach you guys how to make like mayonnaise from scratch or something. I don't know.
6 minutes of him beating in a bowl.
That would get a lot of likes. We could just do this for 5 minutes, whatever. What do we have besides Magic? We have food. We have WoW.
We got WoW. We got League of Legends. We got
like a
magical cards. Therapy. We've got cooking.
Therapy. Yeah, we can be like your.
No. Therapy isn't the rapist.
Oh yeah.
Therapy.
No, there could be therapy. Like.
Yeah. I mean, okay,
I make
so
a very good deer salad.
once again, I reiterate, L2P TV at yahoo.com. Twitter, L2P TV. I made a Tumblr account.
What's Tumblr?
It's like a blogging thing where you can ask questions.
I don't do the internets, guys. I know. I check my Facebook on occasion, my email. That's about it.
I forget whether it's L2P TV or Learn to Play TV, but I'll put it down on the description of the video.
Tumblr. That sounds like something I don't want to do.
Oh, there's a whole magic community on Tumblr. It's called the Tumblr Magnet. No, no, the website's really cool. That's where I get a lot of my meme pictures from.
Okay.
I do
love me a good meme. Oh, speaking of the internets and the Facebook, you should join my Facebook group, simply called Value. Because one day I was trying to like value on things I like, and it didn't exist, so I created it. So if you like value, like value. And that goes for Magic players who like 2-for-1s, WoW players who like the recruiter friend, extra leveling, total value,
and the rocket now.
If you like compulsive gambling, taking seconds while you eat in somebody else's house. Like there are infinite ways of value. Putting it in neutral when you go down a hill. Like just if you like value in any way, shape, or form, this guy still has not liked value.
Because you know the last time I've been on Facebook on my desktop in order to like and find value?
You should do that tonight, Dick.
That's if Joyce doesn't haul me off for sexual intercourse.
You just said sexual intercourse on YouTube. How you like me now, YouTube?
No, that was just... I couldn't keep the serious face. I was like total epic mealtime moment. No, we had like total epic mealtime moment and then just broke like completely.
So yeah, sexual intercourse is value.
Yeah, always value.
I have a feeling that we're going to get angry fan letters from 12-year-old boys' moms.
Remember, consenting
adults only. If you're a 12-year-old boy, don't show this to your mom. Your mom or your meme. Please do none of these things.
Consenting adults, please.
Do we have anything else relevant for this video? Or are we going to laugh about sexual intercourse, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and driving your car down the hill in neutral?
Brought to you by TopDeckGames.com.
Brought to you by TopDeckGames.com.
It's not a .com, is it?
It's not a .com. No,
that's a dice.
It's not .com.
That's a dice.
There is no website.
Nick Koss website. Get there.
Yeah.
So we can say .com.
Yeah. Sponsor us. Give us money. Free T-shirts.
I really want a website. L2P TV.
Get working on that.
I want it. I want it so badly. I don't have any money.
Send us money. www.netflix.com/bacon.
Epic Mealtime. You're watching.
Yeah.
We just plugged you.
We just plugged you. And
Netflix.com.
They wanted to be my friends on the Facebook. I clicked on it and I hit the like button. Or the add as friend button.
You know, honestly.
And it said they have too many friends.
On a side note, smoking is our Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels sauce.
Jack Daniels is your Jack Daniels. But
I'm a real cook. I know all about the sauces. Challenge you to a cook-off.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Calling you out, Epic Mealtime.
Well, I'm just getting a video response from Epic Mealtime. Sean, challenge accepted.
I can see it now. Look at all these nerds playing all their games.
Oh, man.
They think they're good at the games. They know about meat shields, but they're just fucking noobs. I'm going to sit here with my Jack Daniels sauce.
Did you see the blooper where he broke the bottle?
I did. Did you see the one where FPS Russia ate food with a broken bottle that he broke with a knife because eating it off a gun wasn't hardcore enough? If you could sit there with your Jack Daniels sauce, that's also my favorite beverage. Challenge.
Accepted.
Accept it. Calling you out, Epic Mealtime. Next time, we eat Richard Garfield. Let us know in the comments.
Right there.
No.